Hello, hey, this is Latricia. I wanted to talk about a little bit about domestic violence. Domestic violence is really hard to get out of. It's almost like nearly impossible. But again, all things are possible with God. But I was a victim or a survivor, I should say, to domestic violence, and I went through it for a couple of years. Had three children out of it, and mostly the reason why I stayed in it because of the simple fact that I loved the kid's father, and also because of financial situation. Like I felt like the little income that I was receiving, it wasn't enough to take care of myself and three other children. So I felt like I needed his help to take care of the kids. So that's one of the second reason why I stayed with him. Um, if a man does anything to you around your kids or whatever, it's best to just leave that person. Regardless of whether you have enough money to take care of the kids or not. He's not worth being with at all. And I had to learn that the hard way. There was a situation where I had sent my kid's father to the store to get the baby some milk. And I don't know, it just seemed like it was taking so long. Like it seemed to me like 30 minutes to an hour nearly went by. And I'm like, wow, it shouldn't take that long when the store's up the street, And so we just got into an argument when he made it back. And he claims that he didn't see the baby in a car seat. He said that he thought it was just an empty car seat just sitting there, and he thought that the baby was in his bed laying down. So basically he ended up kicking the car seat, which the baby was in, and the car seat kind of tilted over. He didn't kick it hard, but he kicked it enough to move it to the point where it flipped over and the baby was in it. And I made him leave, and because I was fussing, I'm like, why would you kick the car seat? There's a baby in here, And he's like, I swear to God, I didn't know, I didn't realize it. I guess because in the heat of the moment that we was in, he didn't realize the baby was in the car seat, so he got angry and kicked the car seat, But either way it go, he should never kicked it. So I made him leave, and tried to call the EMS to come out to take the baby to the hospital to get checked out. They never showed up. So I had to wait till my mother. Well, no, we ended up going to the hospital, shortly afterwards. My mother made it home. I took the kids to the hospital, took the baby to the hospital. And basically the baby was fine. He didn't have no broken bones or anything, or no bruises or anything. He just fell out of the car seat, basically. And that was bad enough. But when I got to the hospital, like I said, they checked him out. He didn't have no bruises or anything. He was fine. So they asked me, did I want to do a police report? And so I was like, yeah, I was down for it. Heck yeah, you gonna kick a baby out of the car seat, then you should pay the price for it. So so the hospital, so they said he was gonna call the police. I had to sit there and wait till they get there. So I waited for nearly an hour, and then finally the doctor comes in and was like, since it's getting late, because I had the kids with me, the baby with me. I didn't want to catch the bus in the dark, so he was like, so since it's getting late and all, he said that you can just take the baby home and we'll report it to the police ourselves. Stupid on me, I wasn't thinking I should have just stayed, but I'm thinking like, okay, it is getting dark. I don't want to travel in the dark with the baby, so I'm like, okay, well, they gonna report it, so everything is fine. So I get home, and get the baby together. So just in case the police come out, whatever, to question me or whatever, I'll be there. So nobody ever came and nobody ever called or said anything. So the next day, the protective services came out. So instead of police coming out, instead of them reporting it to the police, come to find out, I don't think they ever did report it to the police. Or if they did report it to the police, they didn't do nothing but turn it over to the protective services. And so basically, the father, didn't get charged for anything, kicking a baby out of a car seat. That alone itself is assault, and that's assault. And probably even battery. But he was never charged for, anything of what he done. Only thing that was done was that the protective services came out and, warned me to stay away from the father. So I did stay away from the father for a good while. I mean, a very good while. Finally, in the end, he came. He apologized to me. He said he admitted that he didn't see the baby, he was sorry for what he done, and basically just broke down. He said he's sorry, and he said he never meant to do what he did. He said, I didn't know the baby was in the car seat, and this and that. So, because I was struggling financially, I ended up taking him back. And that was stupid of me. To this day, I fully regret taking him back, but I did. And then, things started going pretty well for a good while. And we started getting along, and no arguing and all that stuff. Then after a while, I moved off from over there, and we moved into this house together, and things started going for the worse. Like, we got into an argument over something. I forgot what it was. I think him leaving me and the kids there and all day while he go hang out. So I think that's what it was that we got into an argument about. And I don't know. Like, a lot of it's kind of some stuff of that situation I don't remember. It's kind of a little fuzzy. Kind of having a little memory issue sometimes. Of course, I was in a car accident and hit my head up against the pole, so I think that probably plays a role in my memory, but some stuff I don't remember. But we did get into this argument because I told the lady that I wanted to leave him, and I was planning on leaving him, and he was listening, and so he tossed some beer in my face, a cup of beer, and all the beer splattered in my face and splattered on the baby. And then at that point, I left him completely, and I didn't go back to him. Like, I left him. Like, I went to my mother's house. First went to the police station, then went to my mother's house, and after that, I was done with that relationship. It was just done. And shortly afterwards, then the protective services got involved, and we had to end up going to court and all this stuff. And eventually, in the end, they end up, placing the kids with, the grandmother on the father's side. And that's where they reside at as I speak. Grandmother don't want me to see the kids for whatever her reasoning are. I never ever abused my children, never done anything wrong, never even touched my kids. I always, took care of my kids and did the best that I could, did the best that I could with them. Hold on, Tinker, let's get your phone. Yeah, let's get your phone. Excuse me. Here. So, of course, I had another baby, but all I'm saying is, anybody that's involved in domestic violence, I don't care if the man apologized to you, I don't care if he get on his knees, he proposed, whatever. Do not go to that relationship because, it's all about control and power. Y'all go through that little honeymoon phase and they want to be sweet and good to you. And then the next thing you know, back at square one. It's a phase. So basically, it's just best to just leave that relationship alone, where it is. Since I left that relationship, a lot of things started to turn for the negative. People started treating me indifferent. Going to different places like doctors' clinics and all this and that. They all knew I had my kids, so once they see me without them, you know, everybody started, treating me bad, you know, looking down on me, got their nose turned up at me, giving me the cold shoulder, half treating me and stuff like that. So, basically, even to this day, it's still the same. It's not like it was before all this stuff ever happened. Still people stare down. Still people, they don't really do what they're supposed to do with me. And I think that's how it be when people be involved in domestic violence. They treat the victim like, wow, you couldn't leave that relationship, so you had to stay in it. So it's like, okay, well, I'm going to treat you any kind of way, and I'm going to do whatever I want to do to you because you was in that relationship. And it's so sad, and it's so many years since all that stuff happened, and it's like things still occurring, now. It's like, dang, it's enough that I lost my kids. It's enough that I got health issues. It's enough that I got a lot going on with myself. And then you're still going to beat me in the dust, even after years later, beyond that. How long is this going to go on, And it's so sad. It's so sad. I sit up here and walk around, smelling like I'm on the streets when I take a bath. And when you talk to the doctor about it, oh, diabetes. The fuck? What are you going to do about that? What are you going to do about that? I'm walking around here smelling like this, and I'm humiliated and embarrassed enough, and then you got to go around people like that. Like, that's sad. That makes people think, okay, well, if she ain't taking care of herself, then how is she taking care of this young person right here? Well, I can't put it in there. There you go. How am I taking care of a young baby smelling like the way I smell? Because if I'm not taking care of myself, how am I taking care of a baby? See what I'm saying? So when I sweat heavy, I smell bad. Like, literally. And I know it's far from what I just spoken about dealing with domestic violence, but I'm just kind of just relating how the doctors don't do shit for you. You're going there with a problem, and they just throw something at you and don't even try to correct the situation at all. They just let you walk around like that. Like, that's sad. So, I got a lot going on with myself. My health is very poor. Very, very poor. I'm walking around here, look at this. My stomach is so huge, like I'm pregnant. But it's just full of gas and bloating and shit. And can't get rid of it. No matter what I do. I can exercise, walk around, and do everything, and I can't get rid of this. Look at this. Now, that looks like a pregnancy, doesn't it? But truthfully, it ain't. Not even sexually active. But the thing is, how can you get rid of this? How can you get rid of it? It's like you can do exercises. For me, I walk and I move around. I do little things around here to try to burn some weight. And I can't get rid of this. Like, nothing that I've tried. I eat right. I eat lots of fruits and vegetables. I exercise. I do all this stuff. But can't get rid of it. It's like I'm piling on weight, but can't get rid of it. So I'm thinking maybe it's a thyroid issue. Maybe I got some type of situation going on inside that that the doctor is not addressing or don't even know. I don't know, but like I said, I just got a lot going on with myself, and like a lot of this stuff never happened until I dealt with that relationship and dealt with the protective services. Then stuff started to happen. But I remember that lady once told me, she said, "I'm for you." She said, "But if you still continue to mess around with that guy, I ain't gonna mention his name, but if you still keep messing around with that guy, then I'm gonna be fully against you." And she said it right in my face. And I'm thinking to myself, what does she mean by I'm gonna be fully against you? What, go back and tell some doctors or whatever some stuff about me so that they can not treat me or do nothing for me or or treat me wrong? Is that's what she meant? Because I don't know what she meant. And if you listen to this video, what did you mean by that? That I'm gonna be fully against you. But anyways, anybody that's involved in domestic violence, get out of it. You don't want to deal with protective services? That's, my God. I wish I never seen them before. But I wish I never was involved with them. I wish that I never knew them, knew they even existed. When I say I went through hell dealing with them, the people dragged me through hell and back. I went through hell dealing with them. Look at this. Lost all my hair in the process. And they say that it's alopecia. No, buddy. Nobody in my family has alopecia or ever had it. I'm the only one with hair loss. My grandmother, grandfather, father, aunties, uncles, cousins, whoever, all got the hair. I'm the only one in the family of both father and mother side. Where did this come from? All I know is that one day I'm washing my hair. Next day, my hair just falling out in clumps. And every time I wash my hair, it will fall out in clumps. And the doctor, only thing they would say is, "Oh, alopecia." Oh, no, first they said, "Oh, you're just stressing." When I first see the doctor, it was just stress. It'll grow back. And then when I stopped stressing, it never grew back. It just kept falling out further. But I could get into what I think it is, but I'm gonna leave that alone. But then this time I go to another doctor, they say, "Oh, alopecia." Alopecia. Like I told that person, none of my relatives ever suffer from hair loss. All my relatives out there. I'm the only one from immediate to beyond with hair loss. I remember going into the post office to get to get my mail, and the postal lady gonna say, "Here I am, I'm wearing earrings, I got a purse on me, here I got breasts," and she gonna tell me, "Next, sir." And the lady looked at me and looked at her. She was like, she is not a sir, this is a woman. And you know what the postal woman did? You think she apologized to me, said, "Oh, I'm so sorry"? She didn't say shit. She just stared at me. Like she meant to say what she said. I go into the hospital in Henry Ford. And had to get some blood work done. The lady gonna say, "Next, sir." And I looked at her, I said, "Ma'am." And she didn't say nothing either. She just looked at me and turned her head down. It's like when these people say this, instead of them saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, I thought you was a guy because I didn't see you have hair," or whatever, they don't say nothing. They're quiet. So it's like that leads me on to believe that you meant to say what you said. That's why you said it. Because that's the case, why not apologize and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I thought you was a male, whatever, but you a female." You know, most people just be trying to be funny. That's what it is. You know, but yeah, it's sad. It's very, very, very sad stuff that I've gone through. But anyways, again, like I said, if you're in domestic violence, you don't want to deal with protective services. You most definitely don't want to deal with them. You don't want to deal with the police. You don't want to deal with none of that stuff. So, and you don't want to deal with the headache of going through stuff based on what you making that decision or choice of being in that situation. So, it's best to get out of it and leave it alone. Leave it alone. You can find a way to help, take care of your kids. You know what I'm saying? I didn't realize that, if I would have left him, shortly afterwards I learned that he was working. And if I would have had my kids, then, I know a lot of people run the child support, but hey, if the father ain't doing anything, what's the next option? A lot of fathers don't want to do anything. They just want to pop these babies and that's it, and don't want to take care of them. What do you expect for a female to do? They can't do it all on their own. They didn't bring the baby into the world, by themselves. It takes two to tango. So, anyways, just get out of that situation. It's not worth being here. It truly isn't. It's not worth being here, especially if it's kids involved. Get your kids out of that situation. Get yourself out of there. That was a sad situation, but again, it's best to get out of that and let it go. Love doesn't harm and love doesn't hurt and love doesn't abuse. If a person loves you, they're gonna love you without their fists. So let it go. All right, peace.